You can get your motherfucking dusty ass out of here. I'm not
no
gonna play
damn
with
dusty.
you, and I don't care how you feel. It doesn't matter to me. This is my place, and you will not disrespect me. Period. Point blank. And you can do and think whatever you want, but get your ass out of here by the morning and take your Buick LaCrosse with your ass. I will buy me a car.
Are you sure?
Yes, I will.
Because I will take the car.
Yes, take it with you. Take it with you. I hope that motherfucker break down on the side.
I'll ship it back to Paraguay.
Take it. You are a loser just like your fucking daddy.
And that's how my dad beat her ass. No, I'm not deleting shit. I'm not deleting shit.
What is up? What is up? It's your boy Fax, and the first thing I gotta say is the Bible says, honor thy mother and honor thy father, so that your days may be long upon this earth. All right, it's one of the 10 commandments. Now, this situation with Austin and his mother is pretty sad, right? There's obviously some trauma going on over here, but I would never disrespect my mother like that. Even if she was wrong, I would still never disrespect my mother like that. But there's some trauma going on in this video here. Now, with Austin, right, if you guys don't know what a passport bro is, he's part of the passport bro movement. So essentially, these are dudes that live in first world countries like America and Europe, whatever the case is, and they go to these different countries, they travel internationally, and they date the women abroad because the women in their own country, due to feminism and what other scenario you can think of, are undateable. So you can get a more feminine, more traditional woman, a more beautiful woman overseas, where you being a foreigner, you having dollars or American currency or whatever currency compared to their local currency, you have an edge, right? So Austin is part of the Passport Bros movement, and he's one of the bigger players in it. So Austin is in his, early, mid-20s, right? And he goes to these different countries, right? And he dates these foreign women. And he documents this all on YouTube. So he goes on live, he makes videos, etc., etc. And he's one of the leaders or one of the main players on the Passport Bros movement on YouTube, right? Now, I remember watching his videos or even his earlier videos, and I thought to myself, how does a young man in his early mid-20s, right, afford to travel to all these different countries, go through Airbnbs and hotels? How can someone afford to just do this travel just 24/7? Is he a trust fund baby? How does that work? And now you're understanding it a bit more. So I thought he was in Europe, so I don't know how old this video is, so, or this live when it was uploaded. I assumed he was currently in Europe, but it kind of serves what I thought was originally the case, where he lives with his parents, or at least he lives with his mother. So when he does stay in America or visit in America, he stays at his mom's house, right? Because again, it doesn't make sense for you to pay for a car or have a car note on a car you don't drive. It doesn't make sense to pay for an apartment or a house you don't live in, right? Because that's just overhead. Why are you paying for all these things when you're in a different country 80% of the time? So the few times he does come back to America to live, visit, whatever the case is, he stays with his mom, it appears like, right? And now in the video, you see that him and his mom were having a back and forth, where she was essentially kicking him out the house. And I guess his car, she drives his car because, again, he's not around. So she's saying that, yo, you could just take your car. I hope it ultimately a very, very sad situation. But now you're knowing how these YouTubers, these influencers essentially live, right? So Austin, you're going to think to yourself, wait, how can he afford to do this if he doesn't have a quote unquote job? He doesn't have a standard 9-to-5 job. How can he travel to all these countries and date these women? That costs real money, right? That's why everyone's not doing it, because it costs money, and you have your overhead, like your house, your car, whatever the case is, right? In Austin's case, right, he makes his money off of YouTube, right, from his subscribers. So he gets a check every month from YouTube. On top of that, he has his subscribers, right? So they donate to his Cash App, his PayPal, whatever it is. When he's on live, they donate to him so he can afford this lifestyle, right? Again, what glitters isn't gold. So that's how he affords his upkeep. That's how he affords these trips. That is how, right? And now you're seeing kind of crinks in the armor where when he gets back home, this is what he has to deal with. He's able to do all these things because he doesn't have the overhead like me and you, paying for an apartment, a house, paying for a car note, all that. Okay, cool. Now, lately, Austin's been causing some drama in the Passport Bros movement where he's saying that, again, not all glitters is gold, that the women in these countries are being indoctrinated into the more feminist movement, that just because you're an American, you're just not going to have an easy street. And these women overseas aren't that much better than the ones you find in America. Again, these guys leave their countries or whatever the case is because they say the women in their own countries are damn near undateable. Fat, out of shape, not feminine, whatever the case is, to each their own, right? Now, in the video between you and his mom, you can kind of see where he gets his perspective on women, or at least American women. He's probably basing these off of relationships he's had in America and also the trauma that he's had with his mom. And then back and forth in the video, in the argument, you hear them going back and forth and you hear him saying that, oh, that's why his dad used to beat on her. That's why, and even how she's talking to him and how he's talking to her, there's some trauma there. And that's probably why his outlook on women in general, or American women, is the way it is, based off of his relationship with his mother and based off of his relationship dating. So this is more so in the mind of Austin, again, one of the bigger YouTubers in the Passport Bro movement and everything else, right? I said it earlier in this video, but honor thy mother and honor thy father. Regardless of the relationship dynamics, you are staying in her house. I don't know what the arrangement is, if you give her money, if she's driving your car, because again, you're not there to drive it. So whatever the case is, in any relationship, you're going to have your ups and downs. But when it comes to your parents, even if they're in the wrong, always show them that respect, because that is your mother at the end of the day. And to honor thy mother and thy father is the only commandment in the Bible that has a promise that your days will be long upon this earth. So even if you have an issue going on with your own parents, just always remember that piece. But again, this is the video on Austin. You're kind of seeing the cracks in the armor here with him in terms of now you have a better idea of his living dynamic. And when he's not in these foreign countries, dating these foreign women, his life as it is back home, I believe he lives in Texas, you're now seeing it. As a young man in his early 20s, his mid 20s, you're now seeing how he's able to do the things that he's able to do. Because, again, he just stays with his mom when he's back in the States. Doesn't have the overhead that a regular person would have in terms of paying a rent, car note, all that. Because, again, why pay for those things if you're not going to be there to use them? So I hope that sheds some light. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Let me know in the comments down below. It's your boy Fax. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. I'm out.